So how many? I guess that's just to have an idea.
How many?
Mm.
I'd say three. How about you?
Four.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Mm.
Oh no, I'll say four as well.
Okay.
There's just one I wasn't sure if I'll define it as one or
Mm.
not. I think I will.
Okay. I guess we can go by what went wrong and what did you learn from it. Okay, so I
Okay.
can start first. So the first one might be early. I was fourth year in high school. So this was with a bandmate. And he was the type to be teased by friends, but okay with it. So kind of like normal, friendly type, cheerful type, I guess. So what went wrong? So with X1, it was around the end. I can't remember exactly what was going wrong, but around that time, I also met X2. Yeah, so it's like I was already falling out kind of thing, but still tried not to. But I think it still ended that way. But funny that when we ended, somehow he revealed to me that all this time he has like our common female friend all along. Like they were close even before we got together. So I'm not sure if that was like a revengey kind of thing or maybe high school. Wait, when we ended, that was already uni. Yeah,
Oh.
around uni, middle
When
of
you say
uni.
revenge, do you mean towards you?
I think maybe. But after, like, I quit for that reason, like, no longer interested or having, like, I didn't jump onto the next ship, but it's more the losing interest on the first one and then finding someone else more interesting, something like that.
But did you lose interest first or did you meet the new person first?
I think it's the lose interest first, because I remember there's already something wrong before that. And then we
Oh.
were still trying to keep it together. And then comes the more interesting one, I guess.
Oh, can I
Uh,
ask questions?
mm, sure, sure.
Do you know
Mm.
what triggered you losing interest or like
Oh,
the absence of something or
yeah. Might be difficult to recall. It's a very long time ago. But I
mm.
think one factor there was the distance. Because after high school, uni is in a different school now. So we're not together every time. And then new people. Plus, it wasn't going well at that point. But that was the second year. So I guess honeymoon phase was over. And then finding out more about the person, the misalignments and stuff. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention the history with this one. Before we got together, so we were in a band. And then he was already kind of in our culture there. It's like the guy courts the girl or who's the girl. And he was already doing that to another girl. But that girl, she's saying that her parents are strict. She's not allowed to have a boyfriend at that age. So it's like he was on hook with her, something like that. Then I think for at least a year.
Wait, what did you
But
just say? On hook with her?
so she's on her hook. I don't know if that's correct. Like the interest is expressed, but they are not together because it's not allowed.
Oh, they're
Mm.
interested in each other.
Yes, I think yes. So I think because of the not being official, it also made him feel like he's just being led on, maybe. And then we became bandmates. And it was like I became the more interesting one. Which is funny, like it's the same thing that happened in the future, like 2 years later. So, you know how there was already the girl that was kind of interested in him too, but they're not all together. So when he shifted from her to me, she didn't like it, and her friends didn't like it, and they kind of bullied me somehow.
Oh,
But I guess it in their eyes, it was me who was the wrong one because like I entered the picture and then it got complicated. I guess I experienced a bit of high school bullying because of that.
oh.
Which eventually at the end of high school, they we got to reconcile. I got to reconcile with the friends, but not the girl herself. So I don't know. But anyway, when we broke up, he and that girl got to be friends again.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess what I learned there, well, one, being too young, you don't know yet the like it's easy to be attracted to someone who is what do you call that, shiny or who seems interesting, who is funny. Usually that's the thing, funny and nice. That used to be my attraction point. But I reflected upon that, like, why am I attracted to someone who's funny and nice? I think funny is more the having the humor, so it's like brain.
Mm-hmm.
Then nice is having the heart, like being kind to people. So I guess what I learned there is, well, I guess you can't exactly tell this to kids because they need to experience before they learn what they really want, they like. But yeah, it lets you figure out what you really want in a partner and in life. But yeah, somehow you have to experience mistakes too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess somehow, I think it also traumatized me. This is like trauma one. You know how we had a common female friend
Mm-hmm.
who we were close with? We hang out together, the three of us. And then when we broke up, he said that he has always liked her all along. So I guess, yeah, that got me the trauma of maybe I'm a placeholder, which affected me in the latter parts. How about you? First one.
My first one, what went wrong was that there was an incompatibility
Mm.
with regards to religion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not religious and have never been religious, but
Mm-mm.
my first ex was, I guess, because we were both pretty young, he
Mm-hmm.
was still trying to decide whether religion is his
Mm-hmm.
most important thing in life, or is it something that can be a part of his life but not
Mm-hmm.
the most important. And if
Yeah.
it was the most important, it means that he should find someone who is
Yes.
of that religion as well. So that was always a contention throughout the relationship, especially because his
Ah.
family was very religious.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, eventually it was the same reason why we broke up. And I would say that the learning is to think about the long term more practically, more
Mm.
rationally. I would say more realistically. In the time, I thought I really liked him. So in my head, I was thinking, oh, I
Right.
like him so much. Maybe I can consider not necessarily adopting the religion, but
Mm,
kind of doing a little bit, kind of
mm,
moving towards that.
mhm.
And I guess that wasn't enough for him, and it wouldn't have been a good time for me either. So either
Oh.
way, it was good that we didn't continue that because I
Mm,
think neither of us would be happy if we did.
mm-mm. Did it last long?
Yeah, it
Mm.
was to date one of my most long relationships.
So did you two have some conflicts about religion, like when how to do things, like customs, more
Yeah.
in daily life kind of thing?
I would
Did
say
it
that
affect?
if he were to prioritize his religion, there would
Mm,
be quite a big conflict. But because
mm,
while he was dating me, he was still trying to figure out whether it's the most important thing to him or not. And so
mhm.
he was kind of fluctuating between, oh, I think I need to do this, with, oh, I think it's okay. Oh, no, it's not okay. And so whenever we're hanging out, it's like he was in some sort of turmoil. Like
Oh.
he was still trying to figure out his identity. That's
Mm-hmm.
what it felt like. Yeah, but fair enough. As high school kids, or actually uni kids,
Ah,
it's difficult to know who you are yet or who you want to be.
yeah, that's good. Even though he's the one who made you consider the religion, so I get it also affects how you want to be in the future.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely something that I don't take lightly. If I were to, every time
Yeah.
I've dated someone new since that relationship, I'm
Yes.
like, okay, are they religious? No, okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was what I was about to ask. How did it affect the future ones? So now you're checking religion as one of the first things to check.
For sure, for sure.
Mm,
And I think it's not as simple as, oh,
mm,
they're religious, so it's definitely a no. But it's
mm-mm.
more to get to know their stance on
Yeah.
it, if they seem sure about their religion or are they
Mm-mm.
questioning it. I think that if they're sure or they're questioning, I better let them do
Mm-mm.
that away from me because we
Yes,
won't
yes.
be compatible. We can be friends, but nothing more. But if they're like, I don't know, the best case, totally not religious, the next best case would be that they know how much of the religion they want in their life. For
Yeah.
example, some people might call themselves a certain religion and then they'll
Mm.
just go to the temple in the weekend, but other than that they don't practice it. Like
Ah,
that
yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds light to me, but if there's some things that affect their daily life, almost
Mm,
everything, then that's when it's, oh,
mm.
I'd have to think real hard about that one.
That got me curious. Was him being religious, like you know how it makes a person be nice and all. So did that affect how you got interested in him in the first place?
Possibly, but I don't think I would know for sure because I feel like I don't really know too many people who are super religious. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure, actually. Possibly. But even if that was the case, I don't think it would work in my favor to verify that fact or not.
And yeah, related to that, I guess, something that might be common with the next ones. What's usually the thing that attracts you to someone? What you find interesting enough to want to get to know them more and be in a relationship with them?
There's quite a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially related to past relationships, I'd say having the same
Mm-hmm.
values. Probably values is probably one of the more important ones. Having the same level of integrity
Ah, yeah.
for things, whether
Mm-hmm.
it be work or general behaviors or how they live their life and how they are wary of how things affect others and
Mm.
affect themselves, how self-aware they are, that sort of thing.
So this one developed as you went on.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, it's like all of them would add to that checklist, right? Like the what went wrong with the first previous one be added to the next.
Yeah. The conditions for entry are more strict as time goes.
Yes. Anything else about the first one?
Not that I can think of right now, at least.
Okay, we're okay to jump back.
Yep, sure.
I guess the second one for me. So this was the shiny one in uni, to which I got interested and then quit on first one
Mm-hmm.
to pursue the other one kind of thing. But it didn't start right away. I think there was a bit of time somehow. But this one is a very different kind of personality from the first one. So if the first one was the friendly, teased by friends kind, this one is a bit more serious, does gets things done. But he even spoiled me somehow. Did stuff like that time it was more like downloading stuff, games and movies and all. But
Mm.
the drawback was that he was very protective to the point of possessive and jealous.
Mm.
Like since it was uni, we did internship together in a certain company, and then there was an experience where one of the bosses, my superior, you know how sometimes people would teach you something and they're over your shoulder, they're holding your mouth like they're almost hugging you kind of
Yep.
pose. So I was in that situation. And I guess it's not really hugging, but in his point of view, it was like to him it was too touchy. Yeah, so he was like that, like possessive and
Towards
protective
you?
towards me against other people. That sometimes it would reach a point where we would almost, not really, but almost get in trouble with like getting into an argument with a stranger. A stranger in the bus who is like brushing their elbow against me, which was kind of scary.
Oh,
But
as in you were scared of him, of
yeah,
what
I
he
guess
might
I'm
do
scared
or
of,
say.
yeah, they might have some fight or something. It was like scary or dangerous. But sometimes it's also he would be mad at me for being careless or not being careful enough. An
Oh,
example would be if I'm wearing a button-down shirt. And actually, he made me realize this, that button-down shirts would sometimes have some peekable part, like on in the chest area
right.
if you're not careful, right? So because of him, I have learned to put a safety pin there in between the buttons just to be protected from eyes. Yeah, like so I guess conservative, possessive, but will spoil you.
But what did you prefer?
Yeah.
Did you care
Mm.
if you had a safety pin there?
I guess when I tried that, it's like, oh yeah, this is better. I guess I don't want people to just, especially during that age, I wasn't wearing shorts outside. I was more conservative as well, the way I dress up. So
Okay.
I guess that was okay with me. It's just the possibly getting in trouble with other people, plus us fighting because of that, and me getting blamed. It's because I wasn't careful enough.
Right.
Yeah, so this one, somehow, I guess I got tired of that and then, yeah, I quit after uni.
Fair enough.
Although I think the thing is, I carried something with me. The next relationship, I became the jealous one.
Oh no.
I guess maybe that opened me to some things, maybe.
But does that mean that while you were in that relationship, you saw that it was a good thing?
Oh, maybe somehow subconsciously, maybe the idea of if this is my partner, her whole thing, physical and all attention should be mine, kind of thing. Maybe something like that. Or maybe the idea that as someone's partner, I should also be doing some carefulness of my own, and I am to expect that from my partner too. Maybe
Yeah.
that kind of thing got ingrained in me.
Hmm.
Because I'm not sure if the first one was so friendly, but I guess not too protective, like even the clothing and stuff.
But he was the first one you lost interest over. Was he
Yeah.
too PC then? Because you use the words like friendly, and was he like, I don't know, boring compared to your other?
Yeah, maybe that was a factor why I got interested in the second one.
Mm,
I guess. Completely different, more mysterious-ish kind, or not too friendly but serious kind of person.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Oh, but then you describe your second person as more serious, if anything.
Mm-hmm,
Oh,
mm-hmm.
but the relationship was more serious, whereas that other guy was more serious.
Oh, the second one, more serious as in kind of person. Like if X1 was the butt of the joke a lot of times with his friends, but with X2, he's kind of respected by his friends.
Oh,
That
okay.
kind of not jokey type, that
Okay,
kind.
I see.
Okay, how about you? Second one.
Second one. Okay. With this person, I'd say that what went wrong was that there was lifestyle differences and
Oh,
from differences in priorities in life and how where we got motivation from life, that sort of thing.
lifestyle differences, as in, is he more frivolous?
Yeah, so money-wise, more frivolous. I'm trying to think of a way to describe it where it doesn't sound too shallow, but he never went to uni. I think he went to uni but dropped out.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and he never learned to drive.
Mm,
Those by itself aren't necessarily the worst thing, but I'd say
mhm,
that when you put them all together, he
mm.
ends up being someone who just stays at home and doesn't really have a direction to change his life or
Oh,
improve his life in any way. So I don't mean to say those points like those are inherently bad about a person. It's just that they're just examples I'm giving to try to explain what I mean.
I guess put together, they become bigger somehow,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like his hobby had nothing to do with exercise or leaving the house.
Mm-hmm,
He'd mostly be playing games at home or listening to music at home. And it was all really chill and relaxed, which was
mm-hmm,
nice for me sometimes. But where I wanted to go in life, I wanted to do more things and do things better. But he didn't
mm-hmm.
have that drive. And I feel like he would kind of make excuses to not leave the house.
Got me
Yeah.
curious. Is the attraction point this person being creative?
Yeah, the creativity was pretty cool.
Mm.
But I'd say the attraction was mostly, it stemmed from me feeling like I was in a low part of my life in a way
Mm.
because of something else personal I was going through. So it was nice to have him as an escape. Like the fact that he had a room that I could go and visit him in at any time. He was always
Mm.
there,
Mm-hmm.
hardly worked. So it felt like a stable place that I could always go to when other parts of my life were getting chaotic.
I guess,
So
yeah, it's the comfort, and eventually it's also the comfort that made it not work too much comfort.
yeah, exactly. And that's what the learning is, I'd say, to not just
Mm.
go for something that feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Once again, it's to do with thinking about the long term. I think in the first two, I didn't think about the long term enough. I was just like, well, I like
Mm-hmm.
him and I'm having fun. This feels good.
Yeah.
So I'll just stay. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, both reasons why they ended was because I finally
Mm-hmm.
thought about the long term and to my senses to be able to say, this is not going to work out long term.
I'm curious if the long-term factor is applied in the next one. Is it
Um,
the long one now?
Actually, it will be applied in the next one.
Ah.
Here's a spoiler, finally, after my second.
Yeah, the long-term part was awakened.